Hey, what's up everybody? It's your boy Commandment of Patience, aka Ryan Trunky, back at again with a new video. So today I'm gonna do What If Naruto Was Madara Grandson Part 9, so let's get started.
Yeah. Hold up. Get right with you. I'ma get right with you. Bad bitches, fuck up, then dismiss it. Bang. I ain't really here to take no pictures. Middle finger up for the system.
So before I start this video, I'm sorry that I couldn't upload, I have college and stuff to do, so yeah. So I had this idea like when I was smoking pot with my friend, basically it's watching high quality memes, and I thought of this, like what if Naruto was neglected by his probably village or parents, and he was like a Jinchuriki of two demons, the 10 tails and the 9 tails. Basically I'm gonna make like the 10 tails a father figure to Naruto, and I'm gonna make the like Kurama a female character, she will be a mother figure. I'm gonna probably leave a poll like up, like right top, like it will probably show now. So vote if you like this idea. So let's get with the video. So let's do like a quick recap of what I remember. Basically, like Naruto broke with Hinata in the Uchiha library and like Hyuga library and copied some jutsus, and I think they trained. And the last thing I probably said, like he would buy chakra metal for proper sword. So now, in fact, both of them learning Kinjutsu and same style. However, Naruto favored speed and strength, and Hinata, being more flexible, preferred to dodge the strikes. This type of Kinjutsu style, much like his taijutsu, was based on praying or dodging the attacks with a quick strikes meant to end the battle in one strike. This was a Kinjutsu style of the Uzumaki clan. Uzumaki Kushina, before her death, was on par with the 7 ninja swordmen of the mist. This group was composed by the greatest swordmen of the mist and were not to be underestimated. In fact, each of their sword had special abilities that favored each of their styles. Kushina in fact was known as Konoha Red Death due to her charisma red hair color. Naruto also learned that gentle fist with Hinata, and both practiced until perfected it. Even though Naruto Sharingan couldn't see the chakra point, he adapted the style like pressure point. One of the problems they had was Hinata low chakra pole, so they focused on that for almost last year and managed to increase her levels quite a bit. She had low Jonin chakra levels and Kage level control. Naruto had high Kage chakra levels and Jonin level control. Naruto realized that Hinata was actually quite proficient in gentle fist and asked her why did their family treat her that badly when she was quite talented. The fact was that in order to learn the gentle fist effectively and train their senses and techniques, one would have to use another as the test subject, and closing Tenketsus was quite painful, so Hinata refused to do that to the branch members. Hinata was kind to every even try and harm someone in order to train, but with Naruto that wasn't a problem. Naruto used the shadow clones technique to provide Hinata as much he could. She wanted, and doing so her techniques skyrocketed, and she even managed to hold her ground against Naruto in taijutsu. In ninjutsu they both mastered their chosen affinities, and the jutsus they had, Hinata started in wind and Naruto started in lightning. One interesting fact was that Naruto discovered was that he had high lightning affinity, similar to non-dim water affinity. In fact, Naruto wasn't really a sensor, the normal term, since he doesn't sense chakra. Naruto, due to his lightning affinity, he could actually feel the bioelectricity of the people around him. Knowing that he had such an affinity, he started investing more and more in his element. He went to his father's library and gathered all lightning techniques that he could learn. Now we find Naruto walking through the village heading off the Hokage Tower. The villagers still sent the usual glares. They would still try and harm him, but now with his training he managed to escape. He could have fought them, but he chose not to harm them. He didn't want to give the poor Hokage more paperwork. Now, in the Hokage Tower, he arrived at the Hokage Tower and made his way up. Arriving at the Hokage office, he turned to the secretary. He never liked her, and the feeling was mutual. Like she was one of the idiotic civilians who couldn't tell the difference between a scroll and sealed kunai.
Just let it go, kids. Someday they will understand.
The QB said. Naruto nodded in awkwardly. Well, good morning. I came to talk with the Hokage. Is he available? Naruto as politely as for once didn't want trouble. She looked up and saw that thing in front of her, and with a disgusting face said, "What will the Hokage want with thing like you?" She spat. "You should be careful on how you address me. One wrong word and I have permission to separate your head from your shoulders," he said in a serious tone while releasing a bit of ki, killer intent. As she was a civilian and too much could kill her, "The Hokage will see you now," she quickly said, fearing for her life while showing a false smile. Naruto opened the door to see smiling face of the Hokage. "Naruto-kun, how have you been?" the Hokage asked. "I'm fine. Actually, I have a favor to ask you," he said, to which Hokage raised an eyebrow. "I'll do my best. What do you need?" he said. "Well, you see, I'm running a bit low on cash this month, and I know that I'm not a shinobi yet, but would it possible for me to get a couple of D ranks?" he said, looking at the Hokage thinking face. The Hokage pondered the situation. Genin always had this mission and they tend to stockpile beside it couldn't hurt, he thought. "Sure, Naruto, but you do realize that these missions are normally done with the Jonin Sensei and their Genin squad, so they will take long for you," he said. "No problem, old man. I can create my own army if I need," Naruto said, placing his finger across from channeling some chakra, and in a puff of smoke 20 clones appeared in the office. The Hokage jaw hit the floor, seeing a 10 years old pull a B rank Kinjutsu. "Where did you learn that? You do realize that technique is a Kinjutsu for a massive chakra usage," he said, trying to make Naruto understand the dangers of the techniques. So then Naruto said, "Relax, Gigi. I copied when I was watching Kakashi and weird guy named Guy in green spandex shouting something about flames of Yao spar. Besides, I have a crap ton of chakra. I can easily make thousands clones and still be fighting condition," he said with a smirk. The Hokage nodded slowly. "Kami, he can make 1,000 clones at 10 years old. I know he's a Jinchuriki person, basically with the tail beast sealed inside of them. Basically they are a sacrifice, I think. But damn, he will be a chakra powerhouse," he thought. "Okay, Naruto, since you still aren't an official ninja, I'll give you the mission, and later when you become one, I'll add them to your file. Come with me to the mission room," the Hokage said, and they both left the Hokage office heading toward the mission room. So, Konoha mission room. So let's see what we got here, the Hokage said, going through the available missions. "How many do you want? Seeing as you can create bunch of clones, I think you might be able to clear our workload." Then Naruto start thinking. He said, "Give me 10 missions. If I have time today, I'll do a few more. Besides, Hinata decided to go visit Kurenai, so I'll have the day for the missions," Naruto said, picking the scrolls and opening the first one. "Damn, cat," Naruto thought as he read the first mission. It was to retrieve a fearsome beast. The name of said beast, it was Tora, and one-tailed demon cat.
"Oh, please. I got 8 more tails. Besides, We can always burn her to a crisp and flame enemy ninja.
The QB said, like chuckling, and Naruto's sweat dropped. So a few hours later, "Come here, Tora, here, kitty," Naruto said, trying to approach the cat without having her fleeing. Naruto channeled a chakra to his legs and jumped, catching the cat. Tora didn't find it much fun as she started clawing him all over the place. "Oh hell, I'm tired of this," Naruto said, activating his Sharingan. He looked at Tora and said, "Megan, Kasugi no Jutsu," like shuckling stakes. The Genjutsu paralyzed Tora, and Naruto said, "Megan, Jikuku Guka no Jutsu, Hellfire Technique." This new Genjutsu made Tora think she was being burned alive. Then Naruto started laughing evilly as Tora screamed in pain. QB, seeing this, sweat dropped and thought,
I got a dumbass for container.
So the next mission was helping a farmer. Naruto made his way for his next mission. He read the scroll, and the mission was to cultivate a piece of land, since the farmer didn't have enough time to do it himself. Naruto arrived at the site. The farmer house was actually almost outside of the village, and the land itself was fairly big. Judging from the size of the land, it most likely was for planting the vegetables and later selling them. Naruto approached the client and started doing his job. The client didn't seem happy. They sent the Dean Brat, but at least the QB would work for him. Almost an hour was due to Naruto continue his work, using the hoe to go groom and land peacefully and undisturbed until a slam. A noise echoed through the clearing as sound of metal clashing. Naruto removed a couple inches of dirt until he saw a metal door in the ground. What the hell is this? Naruto thought as he moved to open the hatch. Once opened, he saw a bunch of stairs that seemingly lead to underground. As the curious kid, he carefully made his way down. As he was going down, he couldn't help but notice the smell. One of the things of having the QB inside of him was that it gave enhanced senses, primarily smell and hearing. The smell itself was of death and putrefaction. Something isn't right here, Naruto thought as he began to explore what appeared a vast underground base with a long corridor with multiple rooms connected, checking a few rooms. Even him couldn't help himself but to throw up in one of the rooms of skeleton of people and a few others still decomposing. Going in further and checking another room, he could see vials spread along the table with this strange colored liquids, and he wisely decided it would be best not to touch them. As he continued exploring the base, he kept wondering, how could this exist here and be kept a secret? Judging by the look of it, it seemed that whoever lived here left in a hurry. So I'm gonna probably leave it right here. If you enjoyed this episode, I hate demanding likes, but at least give us a lot of likes. This all I'm gonna say. Just give us a like for the work, okay? And probably, if I could record after this video, probably I'm gonna do Hero for 2. If not, probably I'm gonna drop 2 or 3 videos tomorrow, replacement for that.
Got a lot of dream, need to make it real. Gotta reach the top, homie, that's the deal. No need to rush, you just gotta chill. You have to be the champ in this battlefield. Oh, cause I'm heading to the top. To the sky, I'm climbing up.